Now, getting a very good job with a high salary is not easy in Africa. It involves years of hard work, education, and experience to get to that level of satisfaction and recognition. African countries are very rich in resources and have very good jobs, but majority of them do not pay very well. In this video, I'm going to talk about the 10 most paying African countries and the jobs which will give you good money in these countries. In number 10, we have Nigeria. Nigeria is the most populous country in Africa and the 7th most populous country in the world, with an estimated population of around 211 million. Its economy is the largest in Africa, the 27th largest in the world by nominal GDP, and 25th largest by purchasing power point. Nigeria is often referred to as the giant of Africa, owing to its large population and economy, and is considered to be an emerging market by the World Bank. It is a lower middle income economy with its abundant supply of natural resources. Next to petroleum in Nigeria, the second largest source of foreign exchange earning for Nigeria are remittances sent home by Nigerians living abroad. Most people in Nigeria are dependent on agriculture, medicine, oil, gas, IT sector, financial services being the highest paying sectors. The average net salary of a Nigerian worker is $180. Then in number 9 we have Ethiopia. Ethiopia is a large domestic market with over 100 million people, making it the second most populous country in Africa after Nigeria. Over the last decade, Ethiopia has had one of the fastest growing economies in the world with an average annual rate of 14%. In 2019, Ethiopia's real gross domestic product expanded by 9% and growth is expected to fall by 6.3% due to COVID-19. According to the World Bank, the consistent higher economic growth brought with it positive trends in poverty reduction in both urban and rural areas. So some of the most paying jobs in Ethiopia are in construction, agriculture, tourism, banking, health sector, and transportation. An average salary of an Ethiopian worker is around $200 net pay. Then in number 8 we have Egypt. Egypt is considered to be a regional power in North Africa, the Middle East, and the Muslim world. With one of the largest and the most diversified economies in the Middle East, which is projected to become one of the largest in the world in the 21st century, Egypt has one of the second largest economy in Africa, the world's 33rd largest economy by nominal GDP, and the 19th largest by the purchasing power parity. The economy depends mainly on agriculture, media, petroleum, imports, natural gas, and tourism. Tourism is one of the most important sectors in Egypt's economy. More than 3.5 million tourists visited Egypt in year 2020. Revenues from tourism reached the highest point at 12.6 billion in the fiscal year 2018-2019. But in the year 2020, tourism-related revenues dropped by nearly 70% due to COVID-19. The tourism sector employs about 12% of Egypt's workforce. Data from the Nambia show that Egypt has an average monthly salary of around $224, and that is the net pay. In number 7 we have Algeria. Algeria is classified as an upper middle income country by World Bank. Algeria, whose economy is reliant on petroleum, has been an OPEC member since 1969. Its crude oil production stands at around 1.1 million barrels per day, but it is also a major gas producer and exporter with important links to Europe. Having one of the largest reserves of natural gas in the world, hydrocarbons have been the backbone of the economy, accounting to roughly 30% of the GDP, and nearly 95% of the export earnings. People in Algeria are paid to an average of around $295 a month. In Algeria, construction employs around 16.1% at the total workforce, followed by public administration at 15.8% and healthcare at 14.4%. In number 6, we have Tunisia. Tunisia is a North African country bordering Algeria and Libya. Tunisia has a diverse economy ranging from agriculture, mining, manufacturing, and petroleum products to tourism. Gross domestic product growth, that is the GDP growth, contracted by 8.8% in 2020. Employment increased from 15% prior to the pandemic to 17.8% by the end of the first quarter of 2021. Although Tunisia managed an average of 5% growth over the last decade, it continues to suffer from a high unemployment, especially among the youth. But still, up to today, it's one of those countries with the highest paying jobs and salaries in Africa. An average monthly net salary in Tunisia is around $300. Then in number 5, we have Ghana. Ghana is an average natural resource enriched country possessing industrial minerals, hydrocarbons, and precious metals. It is an emerging designated digital economy with mixed economic globalization and an emerging market with 8.7% GDP growth in 2021. It has an economic plan target known as the Ghana Vision 2020. This plan envisions Ghana as the first African country to become a developed country between 2020 and 2029, and a newly industrialized country between 2030 to 2039. Ghana's rich and diverse natural resources, as well as its stable political system and respect for press freedom and free speech, have contributed to the growth of its economy. Apart from the oil sector, its economy is driven by manufacturing, automotive, industrial minerals, ship construction, among others. Ghana's average monthly salary is around $335, and that is the net pay. Then in number 4, we have Kenya. Kenya is an East African country with a very good economy. They have minerals, gold, and agriculture are their main foreign exports of Kenya. Tourism, Chinese investments, and trade also play a key role in its economy. In 2020, the total contribution of tourism to Kenya was 37 billion Kenyan shillings. The country has some of the best average wages. The average monthly salary of Kenya is around $396. In number 3, we have Morocco. Morocco's economy is considered a relatively broad economy governed by the law of supply and demand. Since 1993, the country has followed a policy of privatization of certain economic sectors, which it used to be in the hands of the government. Morocco has become a major player in African economic affairs and is the 5th African economy by GDP. Morocco's unemployment rate is to 8.5% at the end of June from 9.1% earlier this year. The average net salary of Morocco is around $460 per month, and with a stabilizing economy, a lot of expats are mostly attracted to the country. If you want to make it big in this country, you need to enter the most paying sectors in this country. These include human resource, manufacturing, banking, business, and finance as well. Then in number 2, we have Libya. The Libyan economy depends primarily upon the revenues from the oil sector, which account for over half of the GDP and 97% of the exports. Libya holds the largest proven oil reserves in Africa and is an important contributor to the global supply of crude oil. Libya faces many structural problems, including lack of institutions, weak governance, and chronic structural unemployment. The economy displays a lack of economic diversification and significant reliance on immigrant labor. Despite the death of their former leader Muammar Gaddafi, Libya's job market remains lucrative. Their economy is still favorable, with statistics from Nambio showing that the average monthly net salary after tax in Libya is around $695. Some of the highest paying jobs in Libya are in oil, mining, banking, and well as finance. Then in number 1, we have South Africa. The World Bank classifies South Africa as an upper middle income economy and a newly industrialized country. Its economy is the second largest in Africa and the 33rd largest in the world. In terms of purchasing power parity, South Africa has the 7th highest per capita income in Africa. However, poverty and inequality remains widespread, with about a quarter of the population unemployed and living on less than $1.25 per day. Having the highest number of wealthy persons in Africa, South Africa is also the continent's mining, industrial, and financial hub. Most of its highest paid professions are software engineers, lawyers, IT managers, air traffic controllers, and architects. The average monthly net salary after tax in South Africa is $1,188. So with these statistics, this puts South Africa in number 1 as the country in Africa with the highest paying jobs and salaries on the continent. So in brief, these are the top 10 highest paying countries in Africa and also with the best paying jobs here in Africa.